Hey everyone, Lynna here on a glorious Memorial Day. So pretty out here in Atlanta. I'm actually in the community of Dunwoody, Georgia, and yeah, I just went out for a run today. I got, just a few probably. I wasn't sure if I was gonna just leave today or if I'm gonna leave tomorrow. But I have an appointment with my laser person tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon at 12:30, and so I was just gonna just doodle around here like I've been doing, right? But it's been good. I had a good run. um it's felt wow, it's just felt really good lately. And that just comes from doing it. Ugh, I hate it when I sit down on a bench and I get all dirty. Used to didn't care. um but yeah, so I I like just found this trail. I got this app on my phone and it finds trails around like wherever I go, and you just kind of follow the signs and stuff on the phone. It kind of tracks, and stuff, and shows you trails that people have taken before. And this particular one took me to this really cool park with a lake over there, and it's got like a baseball field over here. It's got really, really nice Little League baseball fields. So they obviously spend good money here because the grass is really pretty, and really, look, it's crazy. This is like where little kids go to play, and usually, when I was a little kid and played Little League baseball, I didn't have a field anything like that. If there was like a ground ball, you had to watch out for the potholes, in the ground and stuff. But yeah, so here we are. I'm like 4.57 miles in to my run. I'm thinking I'll probably do hopefully 10 miles today. And if I do, then it'll be really cool to have gotten that done. But I feel great, really great. I've got my new running outfit on, and it's warm out, so it's been really, really comfortable. I got some new shorts, just regular whatever, and I just feel really good, I get to be me, I get to run like me and be me and just enjoy being a girl. Girls get to wear different kinds of clothes. They get to, it's just so fun. We get colors and we get to choose what we want, so I don't know, it's just really cool. But it's Memorial Day today, guys, and I just put up a little tribute to my Uncle Nando, who fought in Korean War. He came back messed up, ended up losing his family, ended up really having a terrible bout with alcoholism, and it kind of plagued him the rest of his life. But it was because of the gruesome realities of war that he experienced, and he had flashbacks, like any war veteran does. The what do they call it when they have those flashbacks to like being in a, like, I can't imagine being in a foxhole and not knowing if the enemy was like inches away from you, and every little sound just magnified your freaked outness. I just can't imagine what those guys went through. And yeah, they were brave, but boy, those guys, all those boys, were scared spitless, because once your life is threatened on a regular basis, it just freaks you out. But he came back a wounded veteran, and you know, the Korean War was settled by by armistice and stuff, and like kind of a ceasefire. Nothing ever really came about from it, and to this day, South and North Korea remain divided, and the North is under severe communism. So we saved the South, but we didn't save Korea, and that's sad. And our veterans came back from Korea, and it's almost like the forgotten war nobody knew about or something. And everybody just wanted the soldiers to just assimilate back to society and just to, I don't know, like forget it ever happened or something. But it didn't. It was true. It happened. It was something that took place in our history. And I just read something that Emily Brack put on her wall and stuff and posted, and she was sharing this information about her dad who served in World War II. And World War II was the war that saved the world, really. I mean, if it wasn't for World War II, Germany would have been in control, the Axis would have won, and we would have been a different world today. But due to the bravery of these men who risked their lives and livelihoods, put them on hold, and their families, to save a country and to save a people. And for that, I salute you veterans and all that you've done, and you folks who are trans and that are veterans. I have the utmost respect for you and what you've done for our country and what you stand for. I can't imagine what you've been through, and the stories that you would tell are probably very, very frightening, and I'm sure that you don't like sharing those stories. And that's what kind of died with a lot of the veterans from World War II, was that they got together at these veterans of foreign wars, places, meeting halls and stuff all around the country, and they would share their experiences and have that sense of camaraderie with one another. And it was, a needed, much needed thing for people that were really struggling with something that is so terribly misunderstood, and that's what happens to veterans after they come back from war. I mean, these people come back wounded. I mean, they might not have their leg blown off like in, by some kind of grenade or mortar, but their heart has been just absolutely destroyed by the gruesome reality of war and what it has and what it's capable of doing to the human mind. I can't imagine. But I am so sorry that they didn't get the treatment that they needed. And even today, Desert Storm, Afghanistan, Iraq, war veterans, I hope, get the treatment that they deserve for serving our country so bravely and for keeping us safe from, enemies that want to destroy us as a country. But on this day, I just think it's really important to think about these people and to thank them, and to have a moment of silence of your own to honor these wonderful men and women who gave their lives. If not physically, they gave them emotionally. And some also paid the ultimate price and gave them physically. Emily's dad was on the beaches of Normandy in D-Day. I mean, we've all probably seen Saving Private Ryan, and that's the last place I would ever want to be. I mean, just knowing that you're going to your death, basically, that once you get off that, that launch craft, that you're being targeted and shot at like, I don't know, like, prairie dogs in an Indian reservation, where guys just go there and just shoot these animals popping up out of the ground and stuff. And they're not shooting them to hunt them. They're just shooting them just to kill them because it's fun for them as hunters. And that's how these people were treated. These soldiers, these men and women, these men that fought during the war. I mean, the women served in their own way, on ships and in infirmaries and as nurses and other things like that. And their service is just as important as the men, because these women actually worked to save lives of soldiers who probably, if they didn't get that tourniquet on at the right time, they would die, from loss of blood. And, I mean, we all grew up, if you're an 80s kid, you grew up, and 70s kid, you grew up watching MASH, and that was about, the medical platoon or company, during the Korean War, and how, they operated and saved lives, But Emily's dad escaped Nazi tyranny. He almost was stuck in a concentration camp and escaped from the Nazis with his life. I mean, the stuff that we don't really think about, the stuff that we don't appreciate if we don't have like Army veteran family members, if we don't have people that are actively in the service. I would just encourage you guys, if you don't have anyone that is actively a part of, your family who is, a war veteran or a current serving soldier, just think about those that do. Think about the wife who sent her husband off to war and he never came back, in a blue car drove up to the driveway, and out came an officer, and he told the wife via letter, as he opened it up and read from the envelope from the Department of the United States of the military, and they said, on such and such a date, your husband was serving bravely and was shot down as he was attempting to help build a bridge to cross, a river or something. And I am so sorry. And then they hand her the triangle-shaped flag that had his casket on it, but his casket was on, but they couldn't find his body because he had been destroyed in the war and disfigured, and all they could do is bring back a flag. And this woman gets it, and she is just on her knees in agony from the reality that she lost her husband. Not some soldier, but the father of her children, the future grandfather of her kids, and her boyfriend, and her best friend in life. So I just want to honor these people. These people paid the ultimate price. They paid with their lives. Happy Memorial Day, all you veterans. We owe you our lives.